Hey everybody, welcome to Melanin Goddess Life. I am the Melanin Goddess Sonia. Today is Monday, May the 18th, 2020. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal day. I hope you're staying safe, but I also hope that you are getting out and still doing something fun and exciting even during these quarantine times. Well, today we are going to be talking about the subject of manifesting, of course, but more specifically we're going to be talking about why your manifestation may not be working or may not be as successful as you would like. Manifesting is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I have been manifesting pretty much my entire life, ever since I was a kid, and it is a powerful, powerful tool that we are being blessed with from the universe. But sometimes when we're manifesting, not all of our manifestations come to fruition. I am a big believer in trusting the universe, and that the universe is going to bring you what is divinely yours at the divine time. But I also believe there's sometimes that we can be hindering that process of manifestation, and I kind of came up with 8 different reasons why you may be having trouble or experiencing blockages with your manifestation. Now, we're going to go over the 8 reasons. They're in no particular order. Except for the last one. The last one I'm going to save because I think that this is an important one that I want to make sure that I get really in depth with. But they're in no uncertain, again, they're in no certain order, and there are 8 reasons. So we're going to start with number 1. One of the reasons why you may not be manifesting successfully is that you are not clear on what you want. You're not clear in your thinking of what you want. You're not clear in your spirit. You're not clear in your heart. And when you're not clear on what you're trying to manifest, the universe can't assist you with the manifestation. Because we have to remember, the universe does not work in confusion. It doesn't work in gray areas. The universe is very black and white on things. So it doesn't have a gray area. The universe doesn't respond to what it thinks that you want. The universe responds to our energies. And if you're putting out unclear, confusing energy to the universe, it can't receive it. So everything is based on your frequency, your energy. So you need to be very, very clear in your manifestation. You need to think about what you want to manifest. Take as much time as you need to prepare mentally. That's just as important as you preparing the actual tools that you're going to manifest with. The clarity of mind is the most important thing. So we need to make sure that you're very clear on what you're trying to manifest, that you're very clear in your articulation, whether it's going to be through meditation, whether you're going to be speaking it into existence, or whether you're going to be writing it down. The universe needs you to be very clear, because again, the universe doesn't work with confusing energy. So that may be one of the reasons why your manifestation is not working successfully. Another reason is you don't want to put in the effort, you don't want to put in the work, and you don't want to put in the time that it takes to manifest. Now, you have to understand, the universe does not have a time frame. There is no such thing as a calendar to the universe. The universe operates on divine timing and knowing when to bring something to fruition. So you can't manifest with the mindset that, oh, I'm going to put this manifestation out and I want it to manifest itself within a week. It doesn't work like that. You could put out a manifestation and all of a sudden in 2 days what you're trying to manifest happens. I'm not saying that that's not going to happen, but more than likely manifestation takes time and it takes effort. And a lot of times people don't want to put in the work. You get in your head that you're just going to sit there, you're going to light a candle, or you're going to do a meditation, or you're going to do whatever your spell work or whatever tool you're going to use, that you're just going to put that tool out there and it's just going to automatically manifest. I tell people all the time, you have to work manifestation every day, and you will work it as long as it takes for the universe to respond to it and manifest what it is that you want to have. You have to put in the work. The universe is all power, and it's all knowing, and it's vast greatness. And yes, it can work on its own and manifest and bring anything into your life that you want. But the universe also requires you to do your part. You have to do your part. You can't just think that something is just going to be dropped into your lap, though it could. But you have to do your part and put in your effort as a sign of respect to the universe and a sign that you are taking responsibility for your manifestation. So you got to put in the work and you got to put in the effort. And that's probably one of the reasons why that your manifestation is not happening, is because you don't want to put in the work or the effort. So that may be another one. And number 3 is you're not incorporating various tools and techniques or practices into your manifestation. And what I mean by that is I personally work with the energy of candles, so the element of fire. So my primary tool for manifestation is candle magic and candle energy, so that's what I use. However, that is not the only tool that I use for manifesting. In conjunction with that, I use the cycles of the moon. So I use moon energy for my visual manifestation. I use vision boards. I do meditation. Depending on what I'm trying to manifest, I may have a sweet jar going. I use altars. I use various tools to manifest with. Again, my primary go-to is always going to be my candles. But I'm going to use the moon cycles. I'm going to use vision boards. I'm going to use meditation. I'm going to speak it into existence. So that is incorporating various tools and other ways of manifesting, because, you know, there is no right or wrong way to manifest. But there are ways that you can boost your manifestation by adding other tools to that. Another reason is number 4 is you're beginning to doubt your work and doubt your manifestation. Well, now that can happen to any of us. You know, doubt can kind of creep in because we're human. But what happens is, if you start doubting your manifestation, your energy changes. Of course, your energy shifts. And again, everything is about energy that you're putting out. So now you're putting the energy of doubt into the universe. And again, the universe doesn't work in chaos. It doesn't work in confusion. And it definitely doesn't work in doubt. So when you start doubting it, you decrease the energy in your manifestation. And that can lead to just, you know, it not being as successful as it could be. Again, we are human, so we may have a little bout of doubt with us. But you need to nip that in the bud as soon as it starts and redirect your energy, reground it, to get your manifestation back on track. So sometimes doubt can creep in. Another thing that I feel like sometimes will hinder our manifestation is it's not our season for what we're trying to manifest. Sometimes it really is just not your season to have certain things in your life, even though you may want them with your whole being, your heart, your soul, and everything. Everything has a season. And one of the things that I use to try to figure out whether or not something is for me in my season is it something that I authentically and genuinely came up with in my mind, my heart, and my spirit? Or is this thing that I'm trying to manifest a result of something someone else had? You know, maybe I have a friend or a family member that bought a new car. And I hadn't even been thinking about buying a new car. That hadn't even been on my radar. But the minute I saw that my friend had a new car and I saw how pretty it was and it had that new car smell, it triggered something in me to now I want a new car. But did I really want a new car, or I just got caught up in the excitement of seeing someone with a new car? If it is not a genuine, authentic feeling that you get from your mind, your body, and your spirit, more than likely it's not your season for that. So if you are trying to manifest out of your season, it's probably going to be very hard for you. It's probably not going to have the success that you would like to have. So make sure that you are manifesting in your season. Another thing that I feel like is a hindrance on our manifestation is trying to skip the steps. Sometimes, well, most times, there are steps and levels to certain things. And a lot of times we'll try to skip a lot of the steps that we have to do, because there's certain things that we have to do in the earthly realm to prepare ourselves to receive our manifestation. So let me give you an example of skipping the steps. Say, for instance, you decide that you are ready to be in a romantic relationship, and you decide that you're ready for love, you're ready for this relationship, and you want to manifest the person that is supposed to be for you, the love that's supposed to be for you, into your life. And you get prepared, you do, everything that you need to do for the manifestation work, or you get all your tools together, what you're going to use, and you start to manifest this new love to come into your life. And that's great. We should be manifesting love all the time. But you skip the steps of, did you do your emotional work on yourself? Have you addressed the baggage that you have? Have you addressed traumas that you've had in your life since you were a child? Have you manifested self-love for yourself first? So have you worked on yourself as an individual before you decided, oh, I'm ready to manifest someone to come into my life? You skip the steps of taking care of yourself. You skip the steps of making sure that you're whole mentally, physically, emotionally, and ready to receive love. So that's skipping the steps. Another example that I'll give you is, say for instance, you wanted to buy a car. Okay, you wanted to buy this car. Again, you gathered everything that you need to do to manifest this car, and you start your manifestation process on this car, and you kind of notice that it's kind of stalled, or it may have been successful. Let's just say, for instance, it was successful. But did you skip steps to get to this car? Did you make sure that you were financially ready for this car? Did you make sure your credit was ready for this car? Did you do your research on what type of car that you want? Did you do your research as to what would be the upkeep and the maintenance? Did you do any of the steps prior to that to get this car? Because one or two things is going to happen. Either the manifestation is not going to work, or you'll manifest this car and then you'll try to do the back work, which means you manifested this car, but if you had worked on your credit prior to getting this car, you would have gotten a better interest rate. Instead of your interest rate being 26%, it could have been 10%. If you had done your work and made sure that you were financially ready for this car and that you could afford it, you wouldn't be around here scrambling now trying to figure out how you're going to pay for it. So you skip the steps that you should have done before you started manifesting. Remember, don't skip the steps. Another thing that I think sometimes hinders our manifestation is we manifest willy-nilly. I have a saying that manifestation is like a muscle, and you have to exercise it all the time in order for it to get stronger. When you're manifesting willy-nilly, it's not that you're not going to manifest what you want, but your manifesting abilities are not as strong as someone that does manifestation on a regular basis. Manifesting is a daily exercise. You should be doing that daily. So when you're manifesting willy-nilly, every now and then you want to manifest something, so you go through the whole process. You have to work a little bit harder than the next person that manifests every day, that exercises their gift every day. So manifesting willy-nilly will kind of hinder your results with your manifestation process. And number 8, the final thing, and I think is the biggest it's like the biggest, it's a really big deal for me with number 8. And I kind of get a little bit emotional when I think about number 8. Number 8 is you really don't believe in manifesting. You really don't believe in it. You're manifesting as a result of you've tried every other thing. It hasn't been successful. And so now you saw a few videos, you heard a few people talk about it, you heard Sonya talk about manifestation and how it has changed her life. So you figure, well, what the hell, I'm going to try it. But deep down, you really don't believe in it. You're doing it out of desperation because you've tried everything else. And so what else do I have to lose? You're not going to be a successful manifester with that attitude. You're just really not. And I'm not saying that you have to be full on sold on the idea of manifestation when you start. It doesn't start like that. It doesn't happen like that. Most people, will start it, and then the more they get better at it, the more research they do on it, the more they experience it in their own lives, then it becomes You're just doing it because you have tried everything else, and I'm just going to try this because, okay, I saw someone else do it. You're not manifesting properly, because you never believed it in the first place. So you're trying to do something that you don't believe in. What kind of results do you think you're going to get? You're probably not going to get, if any, results at all. Those are the 8 reasons that I believe that your manifestation, or you're struggling with manifesting, or your manifestation is not successful. This is why that you're not manifesting the way you want to. I hope that this helps. I hope that gives somebody some clarity on the subject. If you have any additional questions or comments, please leave them at the bottom. Again, if you need any manifestation tools, candles, money drawing oil, metaphysical tools, please visit my Etsy store at Melanin Goddess Life. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Melanin Goddess Life. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.